Welcome back to the pantry, where we can finally start putting the storage unit that we've built together. So I am so excited to be sharing what that will look like.
Dit zijn lampjes. Wow.
Die andere die had, hè?
Hè?
Die andere was een plank.
Deze.
Zit er maar één plank in? Of heb je extra bijgekocht?
Ik heb extra bijgekocht. Sigaretje?
So as you've seen in earlier videos, we're using part IKEA cabinets and partly a unit that we've built ourselves. I am going to paint all these IKEA cabinets the same way I painted all their doors. So that means sanding them with 120 grit first, then wiping them down to take the dust away, then putting on a primer that is special primer that is suited for these very smooth surfaces that the IKEA furniture usually has, and then 2 coats of the actual paint. So that's going to take me a while, even though it's not a lot of surface that I need to cover for this last bit.
De kleur?
Ja, ik denk dat...
Meanwhile, Olav is finishing the walls in the pantry, and it was a bit of a challenge because he's not using the same product that we usually use. If you follow his channel, this footage is from his videos. He shares all the details of our building works. You will know that we use a traditional lime render that is all natural. I think it's the best and the most beautiful product to use to render your walls. But it's a little fragile for such a heavy-duty space, and also this wall would need some prep work before you can actually apply it. So he wanted to go with something different. He asked for advice at the hardware store, and they advised this, which is called an enduit monocouche, that you would use actually for exterior walls, but you can also use it for interior walls. But it's not the kind of product that we would use in the Netherlands. He's been looking everywhere for it. He couldn't find it. And the guy at the hardware store said, well, that craft doesn't exist anymore. People in France, is what he said, prefer to just put a placo, so a drywall, up to this wall and then plaster that. People don't, according to him, put that plaster kind of thing on a wall like this. So the product that we are so familiar with in the Netherlands, and everybody on his channel, because his channel is in Dutch, said, you should have done that. It is not available here in France. So he used this enduit monocouche. It was a little harder than he thought, but he managed to finish the entire pantry. So we can start putting in the unit. You've seen us putting it in. That was to take the measurements and see if our fridge and freezer could still fit and how far we were going to put it to the left or the right of the wall. And we actually needed to move it a little bit to the left where there was plumbing for a future bathroom on the other side of the wall. So we needed to do some hacking, but we can finally start putting this entire thing together now. I am so happy to see this pantry. Well, it's not finished, but to see this vibe and see how it will look, because I have seen this kitchen in my head for over 4 years. We moved to France 5 years ago. About a year into living here, we started designing all of the plans for the house. And yeah, we started building this kitchen, this part, like the barn conversion of that big renovation project. This is the barn. We're converting that into a living space, our kitchen, pantry, and a bedroom upstairs. And we started that over 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago now this week. And yeah, I'm not a very patient person, so it's not very easy for me. But I am also really excited to see this because I am going to do something really exciting and special in September. And the kitchen is such an important part of that. Maybe you've already heard about this in my last video, but I'm organizing a French country life experience in September. During this intimate 4-day experience, I am going to invite you into my home here in Burgundy and going to show you around this beautiful region. I'll take you brocante shopping one day to a couple of the best places in my area. We'll be cooking in my beautiful new kitchen and in the farmhouse that I've booked for this small group. Maximum 6 people can join this experience. We will also, of course, discover the market in Beaune, go shopping for our fresh produce there so we can cook a lovely meal. And I will also take you to a real French bakery where Marie is going to teach us how to make real French baguettes. And since harvest will be in full swing around this time, we are, of course, going to discover the vineyards. I will take you on a tour in a classic car and with a local guide that's going to drive us through the lovely vineyards, tell us all about the Burgundy wine region, and we're visiting a local winemaker's harvest where they'll tell us all about what the harvest looks like and what happens when the grapes are picked and all those things that I don't know if you have those questions, but I did when I first moved here. I didn't know a lot about winemaking, and we'll be exploring a quaint little village, spent lots of time eating together, talking about life, sharing joy and laughter and good food, and yeah, a proper French country life experience. So I would be absolutely delighted to have you join us in September. I have put a link in the description that you'll find below this video. And if you have any questions or if you want to do a Zoom call with me just to see if this is a good fit for you, you can send me an email at bonjour@lasourcebourgogne.fr and I'd be happy to answer all of your questions. So now let's get back to the video and see how this pantry turned out. So I've put a couple of things in. Quite honestly, I shouldn't because, as you can see, this is not finished. Olav needs to put in the floor and the ceiling. But it did give me a feel for how I've envisioned this. So this will be a closed pantry. The freezer will be there. Can't really see it here, but anyway, the fridge will be here in the corner right when you come in. But I just had this image of, let me see if I don't trip. This is our kitchen. The kitchen's going to be like that with an island in the middle. And then when I'm cooking and I need something from the pantry, you open that door and it still looks very nice. You still feel this. I had open shelving in our temporary crappy little kitchen, and I've noticed how much I love being able to see. Like, for example, now I was like, oh, we're almost out of this, and it's just so much easier for me now to go in, get what I need, also to have my boys help me, because my son was looking for corn just now and said he couldn't find any. And I said, I'm sure it's in the old kitchen. So this way, nothing is hidden behind something else. And everybody can just find what they need. So I am very happy with this. I will need to take all of these out, stock up, clean them by the time that Olav has finished doing the finishes in here. And obviously, since we're building a kitchen here, things are going to be very messy still. But
at least I wanted to give you a little preview of what that will look like and give myself a little preview of what that will look like. So yeah, let me know what you think. And thank you so much as always for watching. And I am so excited for our kitchen build to progress. Yeah, this by the way is the card that the previous owners left us when we bought the house, and it has a really nice, lovely little message on it, so I put that in the frame and I want to keep that. Voila, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I hope I'll be back with an update on our kitchen build very soon.